Talk Rosa. Speak with power.
Grow your English every hour.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Rosa.
Hi, guys. We're so happy you were joining us today.
I'm Rosa, and as always, I'm here with my co-host, James. How are you doing, James?
I'm doing great, Rosa, but I have to admit, I'm feeling a little hungry today.
Oh, really? Well, that is perfect for today's topic.
Exactly. Today, we are talking about something everyone loves, food.
Yes, we are going to talk about our favorite foods in English.
This is a perfect episode for A2 and B1 learners.
And if you are a beginner, don't worry. You don't need to understand every single word.
Just relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
Before we start, please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
It really helps us make more videos for you.
So, James, let's jump right in. What is your absolute favorite food?
Oh, wow, that is a really difficult question for me.
I know, it's hard to choose just one.
But if I have to choose, I'm a big fan of Mexican food.
Oh, Mexican food is delicious. What exactly do you love about it?
I really love tacos. I never get tired of them.
Tacos are amazing. Do you like them spicy?
Yes, I love spicy food. The extra heat makes it so much better.
I completely agree. A little bit of spice is always good.
What about you, Rosa? What's your favorite food?
For me, Italian food is my absolute favorite.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Italian food. Pasta or pizza?
Definitely pasta. It's my comfort food.
Comfort food? That's a great expression. What does that mean?
Good question. Comfort food is food that makes you feel happy and relaxed.
Ah, I see. Food that gives you a warm feeling inside.
Exactly. Usually it's something warm, rich, and maybe a little heavy.
So pasta is your comfort food. What kind of pasta?
I absolutely love a creamy mushroom pasta.
That sounds delicious. Is it full of flavor?
Yes, the aroma is wonderful when you cook it with garlic and herbs.
You're making me hungry, Rosa.
I told you this topic would make us hungry.
So when you eat pasta, do you usually cook at home or eat out?
I usually cook at home. I actually really enjoy cooking.
Really? Are you a good cook?
I like to think so. I love trying new recipes on the weekends.
That's awesome. I wish I could say the same.
Why? Are you not a great cook, James?
No, I am a terrible cook. I'm really bad in the kitchen.
Oh no, come on, it can't be that bad.
Trust me, it is. I tried to make soup last week, and it was a disaster.
What happened? Did you burn it?
Worse, I accidentally added way too much salt.
Oh, that's the worst. Was it too salty to eat?
It was completely inedible. I had to throw it away.
Oh, wow. I guess you had to order pizza instead?
Exactly. I ended up ordering a big pepperoni pizza.
Well, at least pizza never disappoints.
That's true. Speaking of eating habits, do you eat out often?
I mostly eat out on weekends. During the week, I try to eat healthier.
That's a good habit. What does a healthy meal look like for you?
Usually a big salad with grilled chicken and lots of vegetables.
Sounds perfectly seasoned and healthy. I need to eat more salads.
Do you have a sweet tooth, James?
A sweet tooth? You mean I like sweet things?
Exactly. If you have a sweet tooth, you love desserts, chocolate, and cake.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely have a huge sweet tooth.
Me too. I can never say no to a slice of chocolate cake.
Same here. But I also prefer savory food for my main meals.
Savory means food that is salty or spicy, not sweet, right?
That's right, like a nice crispy fried chicken.
Oh, crispy chicken is the best. The texture is amazing.
Yeah, when it's crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside.
Now I'm getting hungry. We should go to a cafe after this.
That sounds like a great plan. There's a new place nearby.
Oh, really? Have you eaten there before?
Yes, I went there last weekend. We ate at their outdoor patio.
How was it? What did you order?
I ordered a spicy chicken sandwich. It was incredible.
That sounds amazing. How was the service?
The service was great. The waiter was very friendly.
That's always important. Would you recommend it?
I'd definitely go back. I highly recommend it.
Perfect. Let's go there later. I want to see what their coffee tastes like.
Speaking of coffee, do you drink coffee every morning?
I never skip breakfast, and coffee is a must for me.
I completely agree. A strong cup of coffee wakes me up.
Anyway, you mentioned you are a terrible cook.
Yes, sadly, I really am.
Have you always been bad at cooking?
Let me tell you a funny story about my first time cooking for someone.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Who were you cooking for?
I was in college, and I invited a girl over for a dinner date.
Oh, wow, a romantic home-cooked meal. Very impressive.
Well, it was supposed to be impressive. I wanted to make spaghetti.
Spaghetti is usually easy. What went wrong?
I put the dry pasta in a pot, but I forgot to add water.
No way. You tried to cook pasta without water?
Yes, I just turned on the heat and walked away.
Oh my goodness, what happened next?
5 minutes later, the smoke alarm started beeping so loudly.
The dry pasta caught on fire?
Basically, yes, the whole kitchen was full of smoke.
That is hilarious. What did your date do?
She started laughing so hard, we had to open all the windows.
Did you still eat at home after that?
Definitely not. We went to a fast food restaurant down the street.
At least it was a memorable date.
Yes, she never let me forget it. We actually became good friends.
That's a great story. It reminds me of my grandmother's kitchen.
Really? Did your grandmother burn pasta too?
No, my grandmother was an amazing cook.
Ah, I see. What did she usually make?
She used to make this incredible traditional soup every Sunday.
That sounds lovely. Traditional dishes are always so special.
Yes, the house always smelled amazing when she cooked.
It's amazing how food can hold so many memories.
Exactly. That soup reminds me of my childhood.
I know that feeling. It makes you feel at home.
Yes, it brings back such good memories of my family.
What did the soup taste like? Was it spicy?
No, it wasn't spicy at all. It was very savory and full of flavor.
Did it have meat and vegetables in it?
Yes, mostly chicken, carrots, and potatoes, perfectly seasoned.
I love dishes like that. They feel so comforting.
They really do. What about you? Do you have a childhood food memory?
Well, my mom used to bake chocolate chip cookies on rainy days.
Oh, that sounds so cozy.
It was. Whenever it rained, the house smelled like vanilla and chocolate.
That aroma is wonderful. I can almost smell it now.
Even today, if I eat a warm chocolate chip cookie, I feel like a kid again.
I love that. Food really connects us to our emotions.
It totally does. I always eat cookies when I'm feeling a little sad.
Me too. Chocolate is definitely my comfort food when I need a hug.
By the way, have you ever tried Korean cuisine?
I have. I went to a Korean BBQ restaurant last month.
Oh, I've always wanted to try that. How was it?
It was such a fun experience. You actually cook the meat at the table.
That sounds cool, but a little dangerous for me since I burn things.
Don't worry, the waiter helps you if you need it.
Good to know. Was the food very spicy?
Some side dishes were quite spicy, but the meat was slightly sweet and salty.
That sounds like a perfect combination of flavors.
It was delicious. You should definitely try it sometime.
I think I will. I love discovering new restaurants.
It's a great way to experience different cultures without traveling.
Speaking of traveling, food is the best part of any vacation.
I totally agree. Whenever I visit a new country, I eat everything.
Me too. I love going to local markets to try street food.
Street food is the best. It's usually so authentic and cheap.
Exactly. I remember having the best tacos of my life at a street cart in Mexico.
Oh, wow. I bet the flavor was unbelievable.
It was. The meat was so juicy and the salsa was incredibly fresh.
See, now we are back to talking about tacos again.
What can I say? I am a loyal fan of Mexican food.
And I'm still dreaming about my big bowl of creamy pasta.
Well, this conversation is definitely making both of us very hungry.
Let's actually do a quick role play for our listeners right now.
Oh, I love role plays. What is the situation?
Imagine we are at that new cafe you mentioned earlier.
Perfect. I will be the customer and you can be the waitress.
Sounds good. Let's start.
Excuse me, could I see the menu, please?
Of course, sir. Here's the menu.
Thank you. What do you recommend today?
Our creamy mushroom soup is very popular.
That sounds good, but I'm actually starving.
In that case, the grilled chicken sandwich is very filling.
Does the sandwich come with a side dish?
Yes, it comes with a choice of crispy fries or a side salad.
I will take the crispy fries, please.
Great choice. Would you like anything to drink with that?
Just a glass of sparkling water with ice and lemon.
Right away. Your food will be ready in about 15 minutes.
Thank you so much.
And scene. That was a great mini role play.
I hope that helps our listeners when they order food in English.
It definitely will. You used a great word there, James. Starving.
Ah, yes. Starving means you are very, very hungry.
Exactly. It's much more natural than saying, I have a lot of hunger.
What about the word bland? We haven't talked about that yet.
Oh, bland is a fantastic vocabulary word.
If food is bland, it means it has no flavor, right?
Yes, like when you forget to add salt, pepper, or spices.
Basically, my cooking is usually very bland.
Poor James. You just need more practice.
Speaking of words, what do you say when you desperately want a specific food?
You use the word craving.
I use that word all the time.
When you are craving something, you have a strong desire to eat it.
For example, I am craving pizza right now.
Yes, it means your brain and stomach really want a pizza.
I also love the word appetite.
Appetite is your physical desire to eat.
Like, I went for a long run, so I have a huge appetite today.
Perfect example. Or, I feel sick, so I lost my appetite.
These are such useful words for daily conversations.
They really are. Let's do a quick recap of the phrases we've learned.
Good idea. If you want to say you like a food, what can you say?
You can say, I'm a big fan of it, or I never get tired of it.
And if you want to describe food, you can say it's crispy, creamy, or savory.
Or you can say it's full of flavor, or it's perfectly seasoned.
If a food reminds you of something, how do you express that?
You say, this dish reminds me of my childhood.
Or it brings back good memories.
Excellent. Now it is time for our favorite section.
Yes, it's time for the word tour.
We are going to choose 5 useful words from today's episode.
We will pronounce them, explain them, and give examples.
Word number 1 is comfort food.
Comfort food.
This means food that makes you feel happy, relaxed, or nostalgic.
Example 1, macaroni and cheese is my ultimate comfort food.
Example 2, after a long day at work, I just want some warm comfort food.
Word number 2 is savory.
Savory.
Savory describes food that is salty or spicy, but not sweet.
Example 1, I prefer savory snacks over sweet desserts.
Example 2, these roasted potatoes are incredibly savory and delicious.
Word number 3 is craving.
Craving.
This means a very strong desire for a specific food or drink.
Example 1, I'm having a massive craving for fresh sushi.
Example 2, I usually get sweet cravings late at night.
Word number 4 is bland.
Bland.
This means the food lacks flavor or salt. It tastes boring.
Example 1. This soup is a bit bland. Can you pass the salt?
Example 2. I don't like boiled chicken because it usually tastes too bland.
And our last word, number 5, is appetite.
Appetite.
This means your physical desire or need to eat.
Example 1. The delicious aroma of the kitchen gave me a big appetite.
Example 2. Don't eat too many snacks or you will ruin your appetite for dinner.
Those are 5 fantastic words for our listeners to practice.
I agree. Now let's move on to the Say It Better section.
I love this part. This is where we upgrade simple English to natural English.
Exactly. Don't sound like a textbook. Sound like a native speaker.
Ready for the first one, Rosa?
I am ready. Give me a simple or unnatural sentence.
Instead of saying, this food is very tasty,
Say it better. This dish is full of flavor.
oh, that sounds so much more professional.
Yes, native speakers love using the word dish instead of food for a specific meal.
Next one. Instead of saying, I like it too much.
This is a common mistake. Say it better. I absolutely love it.
Right, because too much usually has a negative meaning in English.
Exactly. If you say too much, it sounds like a problem.
Okay, Rosa, give me the third one.
How about this? Instead of saying, I want to eat sweet,
Say it better. I have a sweet tooth, or I'm craving something sweet.
that sounds incredibly natural.
What's the next one?
Instead of saying, this food makes me remember my childhood,
Say it better. This dish reminds me of my childhood.
reminds me of is such a smooth phrase.
It really is. It sounds very warm and emotional.
Let's do another common one. Instead of, the smell is very good,
Say it better. It smells amazing, or the aroma is wonderful.
aroma is such a great vocabulary word for the smell of food.
Let's do one more. Instead of saying, I don't eat breakfast.
Say it better. I skip breakfast.
Exactly. Skipping a meal is the most natural way to say you missed it.
Those upgrades will definitely help our listeners sound more fluent.
Absolutely. Now it's time for our listeners to practice speaking.
Welcome to the Speak With Us section.
We are going to ask you 3 simple questions.
We want you to answer out loud right where you are.
Don't be shy. Just speak naturally. Ready?
Question number 1. What is your absolute favorite food? Great job. Now for question number 2.
Do you enjoy cooking or do you prefer eating out? Excellent. And our final question for today.
What is one dish that reminds you of your childhood? Awesome work, everyone. Practicing out loud is so important.
It really builds your confidence and improves your pronunciation.
Well, James, I think it's almost time to wrap up the episode.
I think so too, and honestly, I need to go eat something right now.
Same here. My appetite is completely out of control now.
But before we go, we have a small challenge for you guys.
Yes, we want you to write a comment down below.
Write 3 sentences about your favorite food.
Try to use at least one new word from today's episode.
You can use craving, savory, comfort food, or anything else you learned.
We love reading your comments, so don't forget to write one.
Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please hit the like button.
And subscribe to Talk Rosa so you never miss a lesson.
It was wonderful talking about food with you today, Rosa.
It was a lot of fun, James, even though we are both starving now.
Let's go grab some lunch right away.
What are you craving? Tacos or pasta?
How about we compromise and get both?
That is the best idea you have had all day.
I'll pay for the tacos if you pay for the pasta.
Deal. Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Keep practicing your English and don't ever give up.
We will see you in the next episode of Talk Rosa.
Bye, guys. Happy learning and happy eating.
Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a great day.
And a delicious one.